This is a 2016 Infiniti QX80. This is probably one of the best bang for your buck cars you can buy on the market right now. It has every single thing that a brand new 2024 car would have. From 360-degree cameras to navigation, heated and cooled seats, heated steering, you name it. Comes with 400 horsepower and it's a V8 5.6 liter engine. So right now there's a major shift into electric vehicles. So stuff like this is going to start. They're going to stop producing stuff like this. So this car, I would say, is one of the better options, especially in the used market. I'm in Ontario, like something like that Tahoe, the Suburban, the Escalade, the Navigator, the Sequoia, and I think Lexus has the GX and LX. Those are what this competes with. So in comparison to those, this car has held its market value, and as a matter of fact, right now when you're going to buy, this will probably be a little bit cheaper than the rest, depending on obviously the year, the condition, the mileage. Mileage is a really big thing, because in these cars, when you get, they last for a really long time. Even the Nissan Armada is basically the Nissan's version of this. I know the Armada and the old QX56, which is basically the same car that was previously developed in previous years. Those engines were going up to like 300, 400,000 kilometers, and they're actually used a lot in Dubai right now. They call it, I think, Nissan Patrol, a similar variant with the same 5.6, and they're almost indestructible. But when something does go wrong, it is a luxury car, so you do pay a premium when you pay a trip to the mechanic. So from my point of view, this is my second QX80 that we've had, and they're good cars. They're reliable. They serve your purpose if you're doing off-roading, if you're towing, if you're, for example, a real estate agent, if you need a luxury vehicle. It looks very, very nice. It does have that luxurious vibes. Something simple, even like changing the rims, that can really change the look of the vehicle. So that's something. For the last car, that's one of the first things I did. We got it and we swapped the rims for 24s. They're massive rims. A couple people were saying like, "Oh my god, like what do you guys do?" So a lot of people approached us just on like a simple thing. And the thing is, it was a black car with black rims, and they had a machine face. It was a really, really nice setup. So if you can choose proper rims for this car, I think it looks it can compete with the newer cars of today's generation very easily, just based on aesthetics. When it comes to modifying, a lot of people, they do the exhaust work as well. Personally, didn't get it done on purpose because my family drives a car. You don't want that much attention, but yeah, that is something you can get done as well. The exhaust work, it will sound really nice because it's a V8, so you can pull off the look. And I believe the quarter mile is in the 14s, which is not bad for an SUV this big and this heavy. I think anything you park this car beside, anything in its class, anything that's even more expensive, it gives them a run for its money. So it's amongst the better looking cars. The interior is amazing. A lot of wood trim around. It has these seat adjustments, Bose speakers, great power for towing, great power in general, 400 horses. The only downside to this vehicle is the gas mileage. So if that's a big deal for you, then this is not the car, because I think the mix of fuel efficiency is, I think, near 18 to 20 in the city. Well, I can check right now. Right now I've been driving this, basically city driving, a lot of stops, and it's given me 16.6, 17 you can say. 17 on the say, for example, if I drive a bit more, if it goes to 18. So high end you could say 18, and on the highway usually it gives you these numbers like 14, 15. So a mix, I think this would be around, a mix would be like 16, 17. It depends on how you drive, right? If you're driving aggressive, it's going to take more, obviously. If you're driving a little light-footed, it'll take less. The model right after this 2015-16 model, I believe, is 2019. Yeah, 2019, I believe. 2019, 2020. Even those are starting to depreciate. You can get a really good price on those vehicles, and the same thing, like, I think that's the last generation where they're making this car a V8. But yeah, a lot of power, very beautiful cars. So I would recommend, if someone's looking for a V8 SUV, I would recommend this. When we were going to buy this vehicle, actually the previous one, it was between this and a Mercedes GL 350, a sport package. So it had like the lip, the silver lip in the front, looking very nice. But when we checked out the interior, and when they're standing side by side, this just like annihilated it. From the exterior aesthetics, from the interior point of view, there was no comparison. That's why we bought this vehicle. However, the GL is also a really good buy. A lot of them come in diesel, and they give you like 1,000 clicks a tank. Those cars aren't bad either. But if you're looking for something a little more flashy, I'd choose something like this. But if you want something a little more recognized and branded per se, then you'd go for something like the Mercedes. But the Mercedes, again, when something does go wrong, it's going to bring a heavy price tag. So these are just a few things you can keep in mind. Handling on this car it's actually not that bad. In the beginning we were thinking, yeah, you know what, it's going to be like turn hard and it's going to tip over because of these signs and warnings it gives. But if you're driving normally, you can easily go around, do your thing, and there's no issues with handling. So it's a pretty good car. It does everything. The only downside I would say is sometimes you do run into issues. That's with every car, but the gas mileage. The gas mileage, and you're basically driving a Nissan, so it's not going to be as reliable. It is reliable. It's not going to be as reliable as something like a Lexus, which is made from Toyota, basically.